I love clouds so much that I look at them almost all the time, including driving. Oh, don't worry, I'm very careful of driving and filming at the same time. I'm always amazed by clouds that are so interesting, unexpected, breathtaking, beautiful, and scary sometimes, especially in Pacific Northwest coast of the United States. When I learned about clouds at school, I wasn't excited about the facts of clouds. However, I have found how amazing clouds are after moving to the Seattle area. The reasons that I love clouds are because of their shapes, colors, size, and textures. The most attractive attribute of clouds is that they seem unreachable, but are always there for you indeed. That's why I wanted to paint clouds in watercolor. I want to catch the fluffiness and the freedom of clouds. Clouds seem easy to paint, so I jump right into it. I made sure to apply enough water on my paper because I have seen some artists creating washes as the first layer of clouds, and then using wet in wet technique to create the form of clouds. I used 2 shades of blue to create a sky. Then I add a little bit of gray with blue to create the value of clouds. Next, I use a paper towel to lift colors in order to create lighter parts of clouds. So far so good. Everything looks as good as I expected. Now I add a darker grayish blue to emphasize the darkest part of clouds. This color is too dark. So I immediately use a clean brush with a little bit of water to smooth the edge. At this moment, I realize that my paper is not damp enough to achieve wet in wet effects. Now I look at it, I don't really like the final result since the clouds are not fluffy enough for me, especially the bottom parts. So I decided to try again. Due to the previous experience, I decided to dry my paper completely and then apply water again to my paper. This way I could have a chance to fix the imperfect areas. Somehow the clouds seemed too wild, and the color of yellowish gray stood out too much for me, so I wanted to try again. If you would like to paint along with me, please feel free. Just follow the steps I'm going to show you to see what you can achieve. Okay, here is my another try. I do like the atmosphere of this painting, but for the clouds, I still feel something is not right. They are just not fluffy enough for me. After a few attempts, I decided to take a break because I just couldn't get the effects that I wanted. I actually stayed away from painting clouds for a few days. Now I'm back to try one more time. This time I carefully sketch the position of clouds, mountain silhouette, and landscape. Then I get all the colors ready before painting. This way it can give me more time to paint before the paper gets dry. Next, apply water thoroughly to my paper. At the full sky, this time I create a flat wash in one blue shade and then add the second blue to get an even gradient. I use a paper towel to create the shapes and the depth of clouds. I repeat this step until I'm satisfied with the result. I have found this technique is so fun. For these sharp edges, I use a flat brush with water to lift colors. Now the edges are smooth. I carefully apply water to the clouds but avoid the lighter areas. Getting colors right is also another key to getting the result that you want. If you pay close attention to the clouds, there are a few layers of them, including high-level clouds, mid-level clouds, and low-level clouds. If you can create the layers of clouds, then you just bring depth of clouds to your painting. Now let's paint the mountain silhouette. Although it's just silhouette, you still can create the aerial perspective background for the illusion of space. Here I use wet on dry technique, so certain area you can add darker to create the three-dimensional look. For the closer landscape, I use color indigo to create a silhouette, but add some color of burnt umber to the front seaside area. Finally, let's paint the ocean. This part is like dancing with my brush and water. I mainly let my hand move along freely on the paper. There are no rules for painting the ocean, as long as you are aware of where the shadows of clouds land. If your paper is wet enough, you can easily create the waves and the reflections of lands and trees in the water. The final touch is to create the cloud's reflection in the water by lifting colors. Now I just finished my final clouds painting. I really like the thickness and the texture of clouds. What do you think? From this experience, I have learned that never give up. Sometimes things don't go the way you want, but it doesn't mean that you will not get there. Taking a break, staying away from the situation for a while, or learning from others can be a helpful way for you to find the answer. It reminds me about our lives. Something seems easy to do when you see others achieve it effortlessly. However, when you try, you will know that people are not born that way. Instead, they practice over and over again until they achieve their goals. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please drop me a like. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, happy painting! Boba, do you want to sit on my paper? Thank you. Oh no, you're back. Hey! Gosh.